Goblins. Short, pot-bellied, green, blue, brown, maybe red, clever and conniving. They are quite surprising. Yes, bars. Now give them cleavers, and you've got chop goblins, if you will. What more do you need to know? They chop things and people, and not necessarily in that order. Oh wait, you need more information? Like a lot more? Okay. David Szymanski, the myth, the legend, the man, I think, behind the amazingly awful sci-fi modern military shooter Dusk 12.
What is that? Why? Who? Me? But how? Here? Why? Colonel? Don't! Why? No! Colonel! No! 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 No!
We must destroy him!
Wait, that's not right. A different Dusk. Szymanski's also made this weird game called Iron Lung. It's kind of obscure. I don't think anyone's really heard of it or even played it yet. I know it's been out for a while, but just like, nobody knows anything about it. Nobody at all. Never even heard of it. I might have to make like a 2 to 3 hour long video essay on it at some point. No one else has ever done that, so. And also Gloomwood with some guy named Dylan Rogers. I'm pretty excited for that one. So most of Dusk Dev's games are developed by himself. That's including some banger soundtracks and some sound effects. Chop Goblins, the game, was originally meant to be released in January of 2023, which is long after this video comes out. But due to Szymanski's cat, the game was released 3 weeks early. This retro micro shooter is only like $5, but does have 5 levels that take at least 30 minutes to beat, so it's a nice trade-off. They'll take you deep into the past, and yes, even back to the future. But not to a shopping mall from the future because Szymanski didn't see Gremlins 2, I guess. For my first run, I decided to go Goblin mode for a pure experience. Little did I know this was a mistake, as the later levels have some real bullshit enemies and some ridiculous enemy placements. The year is 1984. On a whim one evening, you decide to break into the local museum's basement and see what sort of treasures it might hold. One dusty wooden chest catches your eye. You open it, and a mob of strange creatures leaps out. This particular chest was secretly a prison for the malevolent Chop Goblins. Lured inside by the promise of delicious cheese, and trapped for untold eons, they are now loose to wreak havoc on the world once more. You know what must be done. Grabbing an antique dagger from a pile of dusty artifacts, you give chase.
No, Sheila, I hunt goblins now. If I prove it to you, will you take me back? Yes! Call now.
Straight away, you're gonna notice a few things. There's no jump button, and enemies stand in a weird T-pose position until you enter their field of view, where they're then gonna bolt directly towards you or just dodge around like a douchebag. Since each level is pretty short, there aren't a lot of enemies in terms of variety. At least there isn't anything crazy like the scarecrows or horrors from Dusk. On Goblin difficulty, this first level features a pretty hefty amount of high-tier goblins. The starting enemies are the standard chop goblins wielding basic cleavers. If you can hit them in the head, it's an instant kill, but they usually take 2 knife thrusts to murk. The ye old British classic. I'm cutting that. As you can tell from the level intro, you don't start with any ranged weapons, unless you kill these goblins trying to ambush you right away, and break this trash can to reveal a small red square button on the side of a tool cart. Head back for the full auto stake launcher. You normally will get this in the 3rd level called Dracula's Castle, but you can find it in another secret on the 2nd level if you missed this one. After slaughtering all these innocent goblins, run up to this window keeping you from a secret room full of loot and smash it. Since you can't jump, just sit here and wait for the choppers to come to you like the basic AI they really are. Not only is the knife's range pretty decent, you can also parry the green goblin's thrown cleavers right back at them. Now duck around back into this room, smash these crates and go into the far corner to find a loose brick. Yeah, that one. Interact with it and go collect your flintlock pistol. While this doesn't have a crazy amount of items, it's still necessary on Goblin mode. From the secret room, there are 2 ways to proceed. We could go upstairs opposite where we came in, or we could go back out and up the stairwell. Just don't forget to get the chop coin behind the door first. Head up, shake this poor bastard, walk into the warehouse. Both routes lead to this point, but the normal path gives you the opportunity to pop this green because you're still kind of out of this field of view. You gotta dodge around, evading these flying cleavers left and right and gadding gobos, like it's the 1800s. I didn't know this until a goblin accidentally shot it, but I really could have shot the fire extinguisher right next to these two greens to just blow them up. And behind the stairs that the green was standing on is another little red square button that opens the other warehouse bay doors. Before you go engaging a small militia of goblins, might I suggest... Hold on. There we go. But if you somehow missed the loose brick from before, you can go away from the greens here and find another brick that opens the exact same area. Inside this area, and that secret one, will be two levers. Both need to be flipped to unlock another secret area containing a chop goblin, a goblinda, and a street sweeper shotgun. Both the sweeper and the goblinda aren't supposed to be here until the second level though. Goblindas are the second ranged enemy, but you can't deflect their hit scan attacks, only prevent them. These walking elderly stereotypes don't use physical weapons, instead opting to use their quote, cutting words, which are arguably more deadly than the cleavers. They do this little wind up thing where their head snaps back just before shouting things at you, so they're easy to stun lock. You just gotta get up in their shit. Unless you got a street sweeper. Now that the warehouse is cleared, onto the museum proper. To your left, 2 greens. Straight ahead, 1 HP pickups leading you to about 5 goblins. And down below,
a goblin?
nothing like a clean room. From here you can go one of 2 ways, down the stairwell or straight ahead. Both will lead to the same area, but going straight gives you a better tactical advantage. Before going too far ahead, turn around, smack this button. Double back to the employee-only break room and unlock it. He forgot to flush his goblin piss. Stranger's open flat soda. I can still taste the spittle. Cutting back through the employee break room will take you to the final ambush. Going the main route leaves you open to being ganked by the greens posted up above on the upper floor. Going down from below gives you the chance to actually shoot them and provides you cover. And due to the railing right in front of them, they smack themselves in the face with the thrown cleavers as they bounce right off of it. Level clear. Let's get the hell out of here. The chop goblins have escaped the museum and are running amok on the streets of your city. Sounds of wanton destruction greet you as you exit the front doors. You catch a glimpse of several chop goblins disappearing into an alley. With shock, you realize they are carrying the crown jewel of the museum's collection, the ancient Aztec time manipulation tablet. With that precious artifact, they could wreak, typo, not just on your city, not just on the world, but on time itself. You know what you must do.
Call my ex-wife and tell her they're real!
Yeah, I'll do just that, demo hit. The streets level is a pretty creative death maze littered with greens on rooftops sniping at you with very slow moving cleavers, while also standing conveniently next to some explosive tanks that are like the size of 5 pixels from about 100 meters away. Before continuing forward, run across the parking lot to the shed for supplies. There's only a few pickups inside, but it'll save you. From here, there's 2 routes, one of which is just a detour back into the other. The main route grants you a street sweeper and a horde of chop goblins, but since I already have that, it's time to clean out the suit.
Oh, I'm just a small little goblin. No, I only have 3 hit points. Please, I'm a little goblin.
Okay, now it's and it's over. Thank God it wasn't a real sewer level. After fending off back-to-back chop gobbo ambushes, don't forget to retrieve some asshole's keys and head back to the garage for a reward. Hello?
Hello?
Lots of easily explodable cars. 1 green on the roof, 2 greens inside the shed, and just over here, a militia of goblins. Briefly forget that and head left for some quick loot. After another hardcore goblin slaughter sesh, a clown car of Chapos will explode out of this building. Although entirely worthless towards your survival, there are some big coins on top of this oddly placed shed directly beside a parking lot. I know this will sound insane, but let the goblin mobile hit you. And now the goblins have made their biggest mistake, putting me in an easily exploitable position out of bounds of the game's map. It's crazy to me how weirdly ethereal these levels are. Like, they seem so eerily devoid of life, except for Chop Guy and the Chop Goblins. Empty streets with lifeless buildings that repeat ad nauseum and sickly pink skies. It's almost dreamlike, giving off this isolating feeling. Or maybe I'm just thinking too much into a game where you shotgun goblins for fun.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the? They've locked the fence. Find a way through. Yeah, I will, but first, see these 2 trash cans? Run over and smash them. At this point, you probably already have a stake launcher, but it never hurts to pick up some extra ammo. Maybe there's another secret behind this place? Never mind. Up ahead is another ambush, but thank God we got a street sweeper and a stake launcher. This is another split route. The left door leads to an upgrade for your flintlock that allows for faster reloads, but you'll have to deal with a lot of goblindas and greens. While the right door leads to this switch. Both routes will just circle back to the same spot, which is where you need to go. Out back is something far worse though.
Yes, gangs of old ladies attacking fit, defenseless young men.
The back lot is filled with crates, greens, and a soul goblinda, and also our trusty bolt cutters. Oh, and a bomb! Bolt cutter get. Now let's get the fuck out of New York. Oh shit, that ain't good. Wait, isn't that a gremlin thing? Whatever, goblins, gremlins, they're the same thing. A wheel of colors passes by, and you emerge from the time portal, gasping for breath. Oh, that's cool. A little world building right there. Since it is a rift in time, there's no oxygen inside. After a moment, you survey your surroundings. It doesn't take long for you to comprehend the Chop Goblin's plans. You are in the castle of Count Dracula. Or Alucard. Whatever. They must mean to wake him from his eternal slumber, to aid them in their evil rampage. A strange weapon lies in front of you, seemingly fashioned to hurl wooden stakes, left here by a doomed vampire hunter, no doubt. It probably will, typo again, come in handy for the battle that's about to take place. Yeah, except I've had this thing for like 2 levels now, but whatever. Wait, what is this? The Nosferatus, Dracula's fearsome feline pets created through dark vampire magic. Now they have joined forces with the Chop Goblins. Keep your distance and watch out for their lunge attack. No, but they're kinda cute. They don't look that bad.
It was a dark and spooky Halloween night when I, Dracula, thought that I would invite...
Off rip, this level drops tons of loot and goblins on you, and while there are barrels of supplies strewn around the arena, it won't be enough to survive one of these little bastards biting you.
You stupid ass asshole. That's not goblins. It's not a proven goblin.
Now inside Dracula's castle, there will be some chop coins off to your left, but ignore that and go for the switch to Dracula's study. Oh shit, that's... fuck. Startled the shit out of me. Dracula's castle is one big circle, like most of the maps in this game, so don't be worried about missing anything important, you'll come right back to it. But definitely don't miss these guys. Some dumbass witch left her flying brooms outside for the Chop Goblins to steal. It's best to use a hit scan weapon like the Street Sweeper, but you can also lead your shots with the stake launcher considering it has that high fire rate where you can just kind of spray and pray. Ooh, easy backstabs. Below this bridge of death is a ledge that leads you to an upgrade for your knife. I guess Goblin Guy just splashes holy water all over the dagger, and now it shines. Cool. The door opens. Okay, but where, motherfucker? Pfft, easy. Yeah, shit, they got me twice.
Goblin.
We can now get the 3 masks required to raise the walkway to Dracula's chamber. Each one of these are placed throughout the pitch black cellar filled with Nosferatus. And done. Alright, Dracula, you big fucking nerd, where's you at? This fight's a little challenging on Goblin mode. Dracula himself, voiced by David's lovingly beautiful baritone voice,
My name is Dracula.
throws flurries of red bats that deal way too much damage, but are extremely inaccurate. But I am bad at strafing, so I'll usually just walk right into them. Luckily, Szymanski filled the arena with tons of supplies to prolong my putrid existence. Ah, shit, he disappeared. I'm never getting my money back.
What we do here is go back.
Again, you emerge from the time portal, Dracula's foul baritone echoing in your ears, to find yourself in ancient Greece. Dracula's defeat was a heavy blow to the Chop Goblins, and you guess that they now seek the Staff of the Corinthians, a powerful magic weapon from the annals of myth and legend. They cannot be allowed to wield such a weapon. You must find it first, and use it against them. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. Yeah, I have one word to describe this level. Brutal. David's music is misleading with how chill and vibey it sounds. The amount of choppers running around tight corridors is downright cruel. Getting too close to them will result in an instant kill on your behalf. But before these lumbering a-holes can wipe the floor with ya, come up here and break all continuity if this game ever even had any. All this extra loot around this front door, and it's all useless. Hey, whoa. These little shits shouldn't even exist in this time period. What the heck? Right after getting metaphorically strangled in a tiny corridor with a big chopper blocking your way out, this courtyard opens up to a gang of 2 goblins, a goblinda weaving between the Greek columns, and 2 choppers loitering on the walkway immediately above you. Honestly, the sudden transition between indoor and outdoor situations involving these big fuckers, 2 situations that are so vastly different, it's an amazing way of teaching the player about how best to deal with these new enemies. Yes, the level intro literally told us, but actually putting it into action is a much better learning experience than a quick sentence or 2. It's what I loved about Dusk. Szymanski does a great job of ramping up the difficulty, but organically explaining to the audience how best to handle the situation via their own skills and tactics, and the way the level itself is mapped out. And later on, both of these situations are merged together with 3 choppers and a horde of greens. Phew, that sucked. At least I got money I can't spend. Grab this, grab that. Ooh, and this. Yeah, and that one too, grab that. Oh shit, I forgot it was there. Psst. These little bastards did say they wanted cheese. So when I first shot that switch, I didn't know it unlocked this area just outside the room. There's a green goblin sitting at the very end of the level that's just high enough to make eye contact with Chop Guy. If you're unlucky enough, he might hit you from all the way over there. Several doors open. Ah, neat. Time to go down to the dungeon.
Oh, I'm just a small little goblin.
Yeah, I don't care. Really embracing that arena shooter vibe with these bounce pads, Szymanski.
Stop talking to me like I'm here. You don't even know me.
Oh shit, fucking fuck. I love not having a jump button. Once you go up this shaft, get ready to get your shit kicked in by 3 choppers. That's unless you got this bad boy. I actually thought the 3 symbols on the floor around this area might have been randomized per playthrough, but I doubt Szymanski had the time to incorporate something so minute to the core gameplay loop. The wand is stored in this temple. The correct symbols must be nearby. No shit. Neato, I got the most legendary weapon in all of reality at the correct time, not at any point before. Definitely continuity correct, yes, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of goblins. 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 Gabby the Green. I will get you, Spider-Man.
There's no such thing as goblins.
No, goblins are definitely a thing. I let them out of the box myself. Just ask my attorney, Demo. Again, you find yourself in a whirlwind of colors. The last thing you heard was the familiar sound of, he forgot a word, the Aztec time manipulation tablet activating. This must be their final, dreadful bid for victory. You emerge in a desolate wasteland. A future that is not, but could be. They have transported you to an alternate timeline. A grimy sci-fi dystopia where the Chop Goblins already won. You stand in their vile capital city, Choppengrad, surrounded by the ruins of human civilization, in front of a strange industrial structure that must be their HQ. You know, it'd be less obvious if this place was called fucking Nilbog. You grip the staff of the Corinthians with rage. A world overrun by Chop Goblins just means more Chop Goblins to shoot. It's time for the final battle. Oh look, a new enemy. The Hack Goblinators are part goblin, part machine. They have transcended the bounds of flesh and are faster and more cunning than other Chop Goblins, relentlessly flanking their foes and attacking with deadly laser cleavers. Oh yeah, that doesn't sound absolutely obnoxious. If you need any proof that Szymanski didn't hold back while designing this level, the bastard dropped a fucking chopper at the very start, but because you have the Corinthian staff, you'll encounter large groups of enemies standing in clumps, ready for your giant pulsing staff. Phrasing. Cool. There's tons of ammo just lying around on the surface, and my god, will we need all that DACA. Because just beneath the Earth's crust, hundreds of techno-goblins, gobelindas, and big honkin' choppers lay in wait. Time to dance on some greenskins, baby. I swear to God, this final theme is just a ripoff of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. This underground lair is very much inspired by Quake with this gross, rusty, high-tech look that doesn't feel like the goblins made it themselves. Thieving bitches. This base is filled with gobbo hordes that are perfect for some staff abuse. Never in any of my playthroughs have I gone upstairs before deactivating the force field. Something just compels me to go where the most goblins are. And that means their central comms room, a la NASA computers and slack-jawed control operators standing at attention and ignoring everything else, ready to be put out of their fucking misery. And I really do need the health and ammo at the front of this room though, but it ain't gonna be shit because there's tons of big choppers lying in wait around the level, just flinging axes in all kinds of directions. There's like 3 routes to reach the force field switch, but no matter what, you gotta deal with a room packed full of nasty bastards. Don't go in from above unless you want a face full of axes. Going from below gives the advantage of cover peeking and slapping the goblin horde with bolts from your staff. With goblinindas being the only hit scanners, it's a good thing there are only a few in this level. An amazing technique I didn't mention before was to double up on melee and range attacks while confronted by the more powerful goblins. The game doesn't limit you on which hand you can switch between, so you can just hold down both buttons and fire at the same time. Now that the rest of the level is clear and that force field is down, it's time to end this BS. It's a little hard to see the goblinators hanging out on the ledge, but thank God there's so much ammo for the staff. Huh? Ow, fuck. No, hold on. I can do this. Okay, maybe not. Okay, I can do this on 55 HP, I just gotta abuse my BFS. Wait, that's it? A floating hologram head of some goblin lord you'll never actually see? Fuck it, whatever. I'm just glad this shit's over. You emerge, gasping from the portal, back in the museum basement. Your own time, just as you left it. But what of the Chop Goblins? What do you mean, what of them? I just kicked their tiny green asses across time and space. They can go fuck themselves. You glance frantically out the window. The city streets are miraculously undestroyed and unchopped. The nightmare is over. Not yet. I gotta play this 3 more times like a dumbass. Then your eye catches something in the corner. The dusty old chest that had imprisoned the Chop Goblins is still there. And still open. Dun dun dun! The chop goblins are still out there, somewhere, waiting for the opportunity to chop again. Finally, we're done. Though I do hope Szymanski makes a sequel, just double down on the Gremlins influences and just go all in on Gremlins 2-izing the follow-up. Crazy, insane, fucking goblins everywhere. One of the taglines for this game mentioned an assortment of different enemies and mini-bosses, but I'm pretty sure the only real boss of any kind was fucking David Dracula Szymanski. And no, you can't count his sultry voice as another boss. Kinda lame that there wasn't a big cyber goblin as the final boss, but whatever. This level kicked my ass and I'm glad I beat it on Gobbo mode. Gotta get that definitive Szymanski experience. I know it's been a while since I uploaded my first review. I actually moved into a new apartment with some friends and got a new job, while also trying to learn Sony Vegas instead of Adobe Premiere, which kind of set me back a little bit. I'm still using Premiere because I just couldn't figure out Vegas at all. I wasn't actually going to make another video since the Tron review took so much out of me. My plan was to instead focus on producing music and actually learning to perform vocals myself, while also working on my not-so-silly cyberpunk book. Hopefully, I'll be able to put out more videos this coming year alongside more music, but we'll have to see. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. I'll see you maybe next time. Oh shit, I almost forgot to pet the dog.
Call today and because— Oh! You see this, Sheila? I told you! Ah! Finally!